Welcome back to the IBFP. Here's your host, Boxing New.
Tszyu versus Keith Thurman. Look, let's break it down honestly and objectively as possible. And according to Mike Coppinger, Tszyu will defend his WBO world title versus Keith Thurman on March 30th in Las Vegas, which is likely to be the first PBC's pay-per-view of the year. With their new deal with Amazon Prime, Keith Thurman is moving up to 154 pounds for the first time in his career. And this is his first fight in 25 months. So that means this is Keith Thurman's first fight in over 2 years. So think about this. His first fight in over 2 years is Tszyu, and he's moving up in weight. That's insane. And they're going to put this on pay-per-view. Once again, it looks like the PBC is trying to rob you of your money in a complete mismatch. If we're just being honest and unbiased, I have to pick Tszyu in this fight. When you look at it, everything's in his favor. Tszyu has the size. He's at his natural weight class. He has the power. He's been active, and he's in his prime and youthful. Everything is in Tszyu's favor. When you look at a guy like Keith Thurman, he's moving up in weight. He's been inactive, and he's basically out of his prime at 35 years old. The guy's simply not the same fighter he once was. He had a lot of injuries. This looks like a payday and a cash out for a guy like Keith Thurman, selling his name and his brand to Tszyu. Just to promote the next fight. And the next logical fight for Tszyu after this is likely a fight with Terence Crawford. I mean, think about it like this. He beats Keith Thurman. He moves on later in the year, fights Terence Crawford in a massive pay-per-view showdown. More people recognize his name from knocking Keith Thurman out. I mean, let's be honest. Tszyu had already stated last year that he'd welcome a Terence Crawford fight. And we've seen this year Terence Crawford and his team have mentioned Tszyu as a possible opponent for him. So at the end of the day, I could see this fight being a build-up and a lead into a possible Terence Crawford fight.